Morning students. In last class we have discussed about optical projectors. In this class we are discussing about the testing the parallelism of any surface with reference to a standard optical flat surface by using optical flat. Okay, here also we are using the optical flat measurements which are using for different methods, and also this method is also used for checking height of gauge blocks. Already in the previous classes we have discussed gauge blocks is nothing but we are finding the diameters between two elements or two production materials. Okay, this method is also used for checking the height gauge of gauge blocks, and also the two blocks or whole surface is made optically flat, and other whole surface is to be checked and brung on a flat reference plane surface. Okay, flat reference plane surface, the optical flat is then placed on the two blocks. See, here we are using A and P blocks. Okay, this is the mean is nothing but gauge blocks. Okay, we should find out the diameter. If you have to find out the diameter is nothing but we are taking an optical flat. Okay, optical flat if any different heights also. Okay, optical flats you will keep it here and you will measure the gauge blocks of the different two blocks. Okay, optical flat is then placed on the top block. A is standard reference gauge and B is the gauge blocks under test. Okay, the distance between two gauges is measured very accurately. In case of A and B are perfectly flat but different in height, then there will be equal wedge applied air layers between A and B on optical flats, and hence equal number of fringes will be seen on both the gauge surface of the surfaces. And also these surfaces are not parallel. The angle formed by the surface of the two gauges with the optical flat will be differences. Let the angles theta and theta dash respectively. With respect to the angles, if the width of the gauge block L is 50 mm for both, the number of fringes per width will be different as shown in the figure. These are the three types of figures which we are using in the gauge block materials. Okay, if theta is equal to theta dash or theta is less than theta dash and theta 1 is greater than theta. Okay, and also these two gauges will also be very high different methods of the elliptical measurements. Once it is assumed that the surface of two gauges are flat and parallel to each other, then it is possible to check the height of two gauges also. Okay, let the number of fringes on the surface gauge block of N in the width of L units. The difference in the height of blocks H is equal to L by L and also the N and lambda by 2. This is nothing but we are measuring from the optical flats. Optical flats of the different measurement in heights of the blocks. Okay, interferometer is nothing but wavelength of a light has a standard measurement poses the advantages of being accurate and a very small unit of measurements. Okay, the light is a form of energy propagated in the form of electromagnetic wave which is represented by the sine curve. The highest point of wave is called the crest and lowest point is called it as trough. Okay, crest and trough is nothing but we are using the interferometer. Interferometer is nothing but this is the standard measurement which will be accurate of a different all measurement process. Okay, the highest point of view is called it as a crest and also the lowest point is called it as a trough. The distance between the crest and two troughs is called wavelength lambda. Okay, the time taking in traveling and length lambda is the time period. The maximum disturbances of wave is called the amplitude. The velocity of a transmission is lambda by t and 1 by t being is called as a frequency. Okay, means if you see in this graph, there is an wavelength and also there is an amplitude. Lambda and also the A is nothing but a different lengths of the measurements. Okay, next the ray of ordinary light can be considered a composite infinite number of wavelengths. Okay, the value of wavelength determines the color of light, the amplitude determines the intensity of light. Okay, the value of length is nothing but the color of light and the amplitude determines the intensity of the light. intensity of the type of the materials. Okay, next and as is a white is a combination of all colors which are each color band consists of a group of similar wavelength. Hence the light is a combination of all colors. If it is not suitable for length measurements is interferometer. To overcome this difficulty, monochromatic light source such as mercury isotope 198 discharge lamp is used. It consists of single frequency and wavelength. Okay, it is nothing but interferometer. The principle of interference is nothing but when two rays of same length, same wavelength meet at the same point A, and also the interference occur as the nature of the interference depend two phases of two ways. Good morning, students. In this class we are discussing about the optical flats. Optical is nothing but we are seeing from the microscope, or we can directly using the collimating lens, and we are finding the material microscopic values of the optical flats. Okay, we are using the measurement of optical flats. Optical flats are used for the measuring of flatness of helical flats and cylindrical pieces 25 to 300 mm in diameter, thickness of about 1/6 of diameter. They are made of transparent electrical such as quartz, glass, sapphire, etc. An arrow is made on a flat optical flat to indicate finished surface. Okay, for greater accuracy, optical flats used in area where the temperature is constant. Optical flats are two types, type A and type B. Type A is nothing but it has single flat working surface. It is used for testing flatness of precision measuring surface of flats, slip gauges, measuring tables, etc. Type B is nothing but it has both working surface flat and parallel to each other. It is used for test measuring surface of micrometer, measuring anvils meters, and similar devices for testing flatness and parallelism. The flatness are made clearly on the cylindrical surface with the grade and type on an identifying serial number together with manufacturer's trademarks. Grade 1 type A flat of diameter 250 mm is designed by optical flat. Okay, grade 2 type B flat of thickness 12.125 mm is designed by the optical flats. Okay, optical flats are used to test the flatness of lapped surface such as gauge blocks and also gauge micrometer, anvils, etc. When optical flat is placed on workpiece surface, it will not form an intimate contact, and it will be the slight inclination to the surface of the wedge between the surfaces. Okay, and this optical flats is also be illuminated by monochromatic source, and also monochromatic source of light interference fringes will be observed. These are produced by the interference of light rays reflected from the bottom face of optical flat and top face of workpiece being tested through layers of air. Consider a ray of light incident at A. An optical flat has placed over a workpiece to be tested. It passes through the optical flat and its bottom face is divided into two components. One component of incident ray gets reflected from the bottom of optical flat and B in the direction of BC in the other portion. Transmitted through the layer of entrapped air will reflected to the top surface of the workpiece at B in the directions of the DF. See, this is the workpiece which we are taking the optical flats. Optical flat means this is the eyepiece which we are contacting the eyepiece with the lens. Okay, and this is the arrow marker which we are taking from the surface tested to be tested. Okay, and this is the air wedge which the wedge will be inclination to the process of the materials. Okay, the path traveled by both the reflected rays differ from an amount dE, that is the second ray lags between the first and by an amount equal to the width of the air gap. Though both the components have the same wavelength and smart, the differences in their paths them to be either in phase or out of phase at C and F. Okay, If the path difference between the reflected ray is even multiple of wavelength, they will be out of phase and dark band will be observed. If the path difference is odd multiple of wavelength, they will be passed with each other and reinforced with each other. SO brightness will be absorbed. Okay, and this is the eyepiece which we are making the lens very costly and also the very high initiating purposes of the materials. Okay, like that also we already had discussed in the autocollimeter angle decor. Angle decor is one of the type of instrument which are using similar to the microscope materials. Okay. Good morning, students. We are discussing about the unit 3 optical measuring instruments, tool makers microscope. First topic is nothing but tool makers microscope. Okay, it consists of a heavy hollow base accommodating the illumination net. Underneath, work table is mounted on the base of the instrument's crosslights and equipped with accurate micrometer screws to move in mutually perpendicular directions in the horizontal plane, that is in a longitudinal and lateral directions. Okay, the optical head is mounted on a vertical column and can be oved up and also the down and founded over the work. The clamp the optical at any desired position clamp screw is provided. Workpiece is mounted on the glass plate placed on the table, and light source provides a horizontal beam of light which is reflected by a mirror by 90 degrees upwards towards the table. The beam of light passes through the transparent glass on which workpiece to be checked is placed. A shadow line image of outline counter of the workpiece passes through the objective of the optical head and is projected by the system of 3 prisms to a ground glass screen. Measurements are made by means of cross lines engraved in the ground glass screen. The screen can be rotated about 360 degrees. The angle of rotation is rotated through an auxiliary eyepiece. See, this is the tool maker's microscope which is using for the measurement of throughout the sections of the workpiece. And if you see in this is a tool maker's microscope, this is the light source which will have a mirror and also the objective with respect to the eyepiece, and also the ground glass screen with different types of objective and also the light source of the system. Uses of tool maker's microscope is nothing but linear measurements. For linear measurements such as length, diameter, width, etc., the workpiece is placed over the table, and also the microscope is focused and one end of workpiece is made to the coincide with the cross line of the microscope, and the microscope reading is taken. Okay. The table is then moved again until the other end of workpiece coincides with the cross lines of the screen, and also the final reading is taken. The difference between these two readings can be gives the desired measurements. Measurement of the pitch of the screw. The threaded microscope is mounted on the table, and also the microscope is focused by adjusting the optical head until the sharp of image of a projected counter of a thread is seen on the ground glass screen. The counter is set so that some point of the counter coincides with the cross lines of the screen. The reading of the micrometer is noted and the table is moved by the micrometer screw until the corresponding pieces. Okay. Next, the point on the counter next thread coincides with the cross lines. The readings of micrometer is again noted, and the difference in the two readings gives the pitch of the screen. Okay. Next measurement which we are using for the tool maker's microscope is nothing but measurement of thread angle. For measuring the angle of thread, the screen is rotated until the line on the screen coincides with the flank of thread profile. The angle of screen rotation is notated, and then the screen is rotated further till the sum of the line coincides with the other flank of thread. The differences of two readings give the angle of thread. Okay. This is the measurement of each angle, and also the tool maker microscope is easy method which we can easily easily identify the errors of the microscope materials. Okay. Next one is optical projectors. The optical comparator which uses and enlarged image principles are commonly used known optical projectors. The optical projectors display magnified image on an appropriate viewing screen as an aid to more precise determine in the dimensions and physical characters of sample parts. There are four essential elements in a projection system. There are source of light, collimating and or condensing lens, projecting lens, and also the end screens. Okay, if you see in this diagram, there are two types of images. And also if you see on the image of the screen, the collimating of a lens and also the different types of condensing lens, projection lens on the screen will be activating of the materials. Okay. Next, the illumination required practically for all engineering projectors is a parallel beam, and therefore the source of light will be nearly point as a point source. The projection is a combine of lenses and forms on the screen a real image of an object placed between it and also the collimator. The screen may be opaque, and also the image being viewed from the same slide as the projector. It can be translucent in the image is viewed from the opposite side of the screen. The projector may be arranged for the projections of the image in a direct line on the screen, usually horizontal, or the optical path of the between the lens and screen may be folded up by a friction set mirrors and also the prisms. Okay. The design must provide ample working space for the positioning of parts. The viewing screen on which the image is formed must be convenient to the operator and normal eye. Operator controls must be convenient and also the accessible. See, this is the types of the lens which we are using in the tool makers microscopes for different types of levels. Okay. Next one, uses of optical projectors. The optical projectors is mainly used for comparison measurement. In this usage, the projected image of the part is compared with an enlarged layout placed directly on the screen and may be spread over the entire screen area. In such cases, the accuracy of image in all areas of the screen is very important. The optical projector is mainly used in tool room and special piece inspections. Such a projector requires precision in the staging mechanisms and in the measuring devices associated with it, since measurement of made with reference to a cross line on the center of the projected screen, usually in tool makers microscope. Next one is important topic of autocollimator. This is an optical instrument used for the measurement of small angular devices. Okay, the working principle of autocollimator is nothing but it is essential and infinite telescopes and a collimator combined with one instrument. Okay. If you see in the autocollimator, it is a part source of a light placed at a principal focus of a illuminating lens. The rays of light from O incident on the lens will now place at a parallel beam of light. In this beam now strikes a plane detector which is normal to the optical axis. It can be reflected back along own path and focused at this point, same point O. If the reflector is filtered of a small angle theta, then the parallel beam reflected twice the angle of the dependent. Okay, and will be the O dash is equal to x is equal to 2 theta into f. F is nothing but local length of lens. Next one is nothing but looking of an working of an autocollimator. In an autocollimator there are three parts: microscope, and also the collimating lens, and also the lightening unit. A 45 degrees transparent beam splitter reflects the light from the gratitude onwards the object to the image seen after reflection in the external detector whose angular variations are measured is formed by the light from the objective lens. The light passes through the beam splitter and the image is picked up the microscope. If the reflector is tilted through a small angle, the reflected light will be detected twice the angle of tilt and will be brought to focus in the plane of the target gratitude and linearly displayed from the actual tangent cross lens by an amount of 2 theta into f. This is the types of collimator which we are using in the measuring the lens in different types of collimators. Good morning students. In this class we are discussing about the gauge tolerance. Gauge tolerance is nothing but tolerance. Tolerance is nothing but, in the first unit we have discussed, tolerance is nothing but the maximum limit, and the difference between the maximum limit and also the upper limit is called as tolerance. Here we are discussing about the gauge tolerance. Gauge tolerance is nothing but, this is known as gauge maker's tolerance or gauge tolerance. Okay, the gauge tolerance should be kept as small as possible. Limit gauges are usually provided with a gauge tolerance of 1/10 of work tolerance. That is nothing but the 10% of the work tolerance. Okay, means this is the one of the type of instrument which is measuring for all the production and particles. Okay, allocation of gauge tolerance is nothing but, after the gauge tolerance is determined, it must be positioned related to the work limit so that it does not cause the gauge to accept the defective work. Okay, in limit systems, the unilateral system of providing tolerance is preferred. In this, gauge tolerance zone lies entirely within the work tolerance zone. Here the types of the tolerances, gauge tolerances. Here we are seeing that whole limit, upper limit and also the lower limit. It means that no go gauge and also the go gauge limits. Okay, in this no go gauge, go gauge limits, the differences is called it as a work tolerance. For example, if the size of the hole is to be checked as a 50 plus or minus 0.02 mm, high limit we will take it as 50.08, low limit of hole we will take it as 49.49. Work tolerance means we will calculate both the differences. Okay, differences and also we will calculate the work tolerance. Gauge tolerance is nothing but 10% of the work tolerance. Okay, now means we will take it as 0.04 into 10%. Okay, like that you will calculate the dimension of go plug gauge is 49.98 plus 0.04 and also the minus 0.000. Okay, this is the lower limit. This is the gauge tolerance which we are taking the systematical of the productions. Okay, allocation of gauge and also we will taking the higher limit and also the lower limit of the system materials. Next we are talking about the taper measurements. Okay, the taper measurement is nothing but first one we will take it as a use of precision balls and rollers. Precision balls and rollers are used to determine both linear and angular dimensions in conjugations with gauge blocks. Okay, first one, measurement of angle of right tapered piece. The angle of right tapered piece can be measured by using two rollers of different sizes, slip gauges and dial indicators. The two rollers, whose diameters are known as slip gauges, are placed on surface plate as shown in the figure. The work is then placed on top of rollers and clamp against the angle played by C-clamps. If the angle of a piece is all right, then the top edge will be parallel to surface plate and dial indicators as shown in the variations when transferred along its surface. The angle of right tapered piece can be measured by using two rollers of different sizes, slip gauges and dial indicators. The two rollers, whose diameters are known as slip gauges, and also the surface plate of the materials. See, this is the using of the right angled tapered piece. Okay, if you are taking the two rollers, diameter T1 and diameter T2, there we are placing the instrument to measuring the particles. Okay, like that we are find outing the diameter of the different types of measurements which can be used. There we will take it as a tan theta by 2 is equal to O1A by A02 is equal to D2 by 2 minus D1 by 2. Means we will take it as the length of the slip gauges. Okay, and next we are taking as from the equation of the slip gauges. Next one, the checking of angle of taper using roller, micrometers, and also the slip gauges. Okay, here we are taking a taper micrometers and also the tapered materials. If you are seeing in this tapered materials, a taper plug is placed on a surface plate. First, two rollers of the equal diameters are placed, touching on the opposite sides of lower surface of plug on the slip gauges. Combination of equal heights and also the distance between the ends of the rollers is measured with a micrometer. Okay, then rollers are placed on slip gauge combinations of height touching on opposite sides of the top portion of a plug. The distance between both ends of rollers in this new position is again measured by means of the micrometers of the angles. Okay, this is using for the tapered materials which can be used. Next, autocollimeter. Autocollimeter is nothing but angle decor is a type of autocollimeter. It consists of microscope, objective lens, and also the two scales engraved on a glass screen which is placed in the focal plane of objective lens. One of the scales called datum scale is horizontal and fixed. It is engraved across the center of screen and always visible in the microscopic eyepiece. Another scale is an illuminated vertical size fixed across the centers of screen, and the reflected image of the illuminated scale measures angular deviations from one axis at 90 degrees. Okay, like that we will find out the autocollimeter or angle decor of the materials which we are using in the production materials. Okay, and also the gauges also we can use in different methods, and also the taper angle instruments which can be measured. Okay, once we will revise the second unit from first onwards. Second unit is completed. From first onwards, what are the definitions which we have discussed? From first onwards we will revise it. Okay. Good morning, students. In this class we are discussing about the plane gauges. Plane gauges are it is nothing but this is also one of the gauge which is for measuring instruments. Plane gauges are used for checking plan, that is unthreaded holes and shafts. They are classified in following list. According to the type, there are two types of gauges. One is standard gauge and also the limit gauges. According to the purpose, three types of there. One is workshop gauge, inspection gauge, and also master gauge. Okay, according to the form of tested surface, one is plug gauge, snap gauge, or we can call it as ring gauge. Okay, according to their design, single limit and double limit gauges, single ended and double ended gauges, and also the three fixed and adjustable gauges. Okay, if these first one we are discussing about the plane gauges, these gauges are used for checking the holes are called plug gauges. The go plug gauge is the size of the low limit of hole, while no plug gauge is the size of high limit of hole. Okay, and yesterday class we are discussing about go plug gauge and no go plug gauge. ఈ నో గో ప్లగ్ గేజ్ గో ప్లగ్ గేజ్ అసలు ఎందుకు యూజ్ అవుతుంది అంటే కనుక మనకి షాఫ్ట్స్ ని మెజర్ చేసుకోవడానికి, అండ్ ఆల్సో టు లైక్ దిస్ ఇట్ విల్ బి అండ్ లైక్ దిస్. ఓకే, this will be an a minimum limit and also the maximum limit. Two gauges will be there. Okay, this is the type of hole and this is the type of the shaft. ఈ షాఫ్ట్ ని మెజర్ చేయాలంటే కనుక ఇలా ఫిక్స్ చేసేస్తాం, గో గేజ్ నో గో గేజ్. ఓకే, the maximum limit and also the minimum limit will be measured throughout the section part of the systems. Okay, and also the gauging metrics of this gauge are made of a suitable wear resisting steel, and the handles can be made of any suitable steel. Okay, the usual way of designating the plug gauges is by a go and no go as applicable. The nominal size, the tolerance of the workshop is to be gauged, and the number of standard followed. Okay, these plain plug gauges is nothing but these gauges are used for checking the holes are called plug gauges. The go-no plug gauge is the size of the low limit of hole, while no-go plug gauge is the size of high limit of hole. And also the gauging metrics of this gauge are made of suitable wear-resisting steel, and the handles can be made of any suitable steel. Okay, and also these gauges can be used for different standards of measuring instruments. Okay, like that here we are taking an example, a double-ended go and no go plain gauge, plain plug gauge for gauging a bore of 10 mm with the tolerance H7. In the first unit we discussed about the standard sizes of the materials. Okay, tolerance H7 and designated according to Indian standards as IS 3484 and also the 1966 as and also the go and no plug gauges will be like this. The plug gauges are a double-ended type for sizes up to 63 mm. Okay, the plug gauges are single-ended type of sizes of up to above 63 mm. Okay, this is meant by plug gauge. Next one is pilot plug gauge. To avoid jamming of the plug gauge inside the whole pilot, groove type gauge may be used. In this, there is a chamber and then a narrow holing of a pilot, diameter equal to the body of the gauge. Then the above main body of the gauge, if the pilot enters the hole, is sufficiently larger the rest of the body to enter. Okay, the advantages of the such a gauge are that the operator can work with less care and ended there is saving in the time. Okay, this is the pilot plug gauge. Pilot plug gauge where for the hole and the shaft is moving continuously about the surface of the meter. Okay, and also to avoid the jamming of the plug gauge inside the hole and the pilot groove, the type of the gauge also may be used, and this chamber will be highly determined throughout the principles of the materials. Okay, the advantages of the such a gauge are that the operator can be even more important for the pilot plug gauge. Okay, next the combined dual purpose limit gauge. It combines both the go and no go dimensions in a single member. Thus the member is used to check the both the upper and lower limit. Okay, it consists of a spherical end and the diameter equal to the lower limit of the spherical projection be on the outer edge of the spherical number and also the spherical surface of the diameter. It combines both the go and no go dimensions in a single member. Thus, the single member is used to check the both the upper and lower limit. It consists of a spherical end A and the diameter equal to the lower limit of the spherical projections B on the outer edge of the systems. Okay, and this pilot plug gauge will be determined throughout the principles of the ended systems. Okay. And also the for checking for the whole combined limit gauges, for go limit the usage of is inserted into the hole with handle parallel to the axis of the hole, and also the checking the hole of no go limit, the gauge limit, and also to be fitted so that it can be spherical throughout the mass productions of the systems. Okay, and also this limit gauges can be determined throughout the principles of the limit. Okay, next topic is nothing but snap gauges. These gauges are used for the gauging of the shaft. The go snap gauges of a size corresponding to the high limit of shaft, while no go corresponds to the low limit. It ranges from 3 mm to 100 mm with double end and 100 to 250 mm as the single ended type. Okay, next one, rip type snap gauge. Okay, this is the rip type snap gauge. ఈ రిప్ టైప్ స్నాప్ గేజ్ ఏంటి అంటే కనుక అదేంటి మనము డయామీటర్స్ ఎంత ఉన్నాయి అనేది ఫైండ్ అవుట్ చేయడానికి వన్ ఆఫ్ ద టైప్ ఆఫ్ గేజ్. ఓకే, మీరు ఏదైతే ఇది చూస్తున్నారో ఫస్ట్ డయాగ్రామ్, ఈ రెండింటిని మధ్య హోల్డ్ చేసుకుంటుంది మెటీరియల్. హోల్డ్ చేసుకుని దాని యొక్క డయామీటర్ అనేవి మనకి మెజర్ చేసుకోవడం ఇవ్వడం జరుగుతుంది. ఓకేనా, అండ్ దీస్ రిప్ టైప్ స్నాప్ గేజెస్ ఆర్ double-ended snap gauge can be used for checking of the holes in the range of 3 mm to 100 mm, and single-ended progressive type of snap gauges are suitable for a size range of 100 to 250 mm. The gauging surface are hardened, suitable, and also the lapped. Okay, this is the go and no go snap gauge, and this is the snap gauge for different diameters, 3 mm to 100 mm and also 100 mm to 250 mm. There will be two sizes of the materials. Okay, these go and no go snap gauges are determined of different principles of the materials. Okay, and this is the rip type snap gauges which we are using in the materials. Okay, next one, double-ended snap gauge. It is nothing but we are taking as a plate snap gauges. Double-ended snap types plate snap gauges are used for sizes in the range of 2 to 100 mm, and single-ended progressive type in the size of range of 100 to 250 mm. These are made up of a wear resistant steel and also the suitable quality of the materials. Okay, for the size of up to 10 mm and also the above 10 mm, the materials will be the gauges will be like this, and also we used for a different type of snap gauges, and also the single-ended progressive type of the materials will be assumed in this determined. Okay, the flat snap gauge over 100 mm to 250 mm మెటీరియల్స్ అనేవి ప్లేస్ చేసుకొని దాన్ని బట్టి మనం మెషరింగ్ అనేది తీసుకోవడం జరుగుతుంది. ఓకేనా. నెక్స్ట్ వన్ ఇస్ కాల్డ్ ఇట్ యాజ్ అ పొజిషన్ గేజ్. Okay, the position gauges are employed for checking the positions of the different feature on the work in relation to another references point on the surface. Their design can be based either in principle of straightening the gauge and also the work of the method of the principles. Okay. These are the different type of gauges which we are using in the material substances. Okay, and also the position gauges are employed for a different type of implementations and also the different type of works and different methods. See, if you seen in the first figure, location of traces to be checked and also the locations of surfaces to be referenced. Okay, next one is a location to surface of the checked and also the different principles of the materials to be measured. From the figure it may be noted that no light will be passed between the reference surface and gauge surfaces is contact with the no gauge and light will pass with the no go side. Okay, this is the topics which we are discussing about some of the important types of gauges which is measuring instrument of the systems. Good morning students. In this class we are discussing about sign bar. In the previous classes we have discussed about dial indicators and also the slip gauges. Then these are the types of measuring instruments, different types of gauges which is using in different instruments to measure the measuring the instrument which is happening in the production systems. Okay, now we are discussing about the sign bar. Sign bar is a precision instrument used along its slip gauges for the measurement of the sign bar is used. See, like this the sign bar will be used. Okay, there will be two rollers. This is the two rollers will be there. Two rollers we will flatten the surface. This is the production. Ante idoka element we are taking as element. Okay, if you taken as element you should find out the devices, the diameter of the devices. The devices will be in two different sections, means two different lengths. How should we find out? Should we find out means we will take it as like a sign bar. Okay, this is the sign bar material. Okay, this sign bar material we will take it as slip gauges. We will keep the slip gauges, means ఇక్కడ పెడతామమ్మా స్లిప్ గేజెస్. స్లిప్ గేజెస్ అనేది ఎప్పుడైతే ఇక్కడ పెట్టామో మనం ఈ మెషరింగ్ ఇన్స్ట్రుమెంట్ అంటే సైన్ బార్స్ అనేవి ఇలా ప్లేస్ చేయడం జరుగుతుంది. అంటే దీని యొక్క డయామీటర్ గానీ దీని యొక్క లెంత్ గానీ ఫైండ్ అవుట్ చేయడానికి ఎలా ఫైండ్ అవుట్ చేస్తారు? కొన్ని మెటీరియల్స్ అనేవి మనం ఏదైతే ఎలిమెంట్స్ తీసుకుంటున్నామో మనకి డిఫరెంట్ టైప్స్ ఆఫ్ డయామీటర్స్ అనేవి ఉంటాయి. ఓకే, అంటే విత్ హెల్ప్ ఆఫ్ ది ఇంక్లినేషన్ ఆల్సో. ఓకేనా, ఇంక్లినేషన్ కూడా ఉన్నప్పుడు మనం ఏం తీసుకుంటున్నామంటే సైన్ బార్ అనేది అప్లై చేయడం జరుగుతుంది. ఓకేనా, ఇట్ మీన్స్ దట్ సైన్ బార్ ఇస్ అ ప్రెసిషన్ ఇన్స్ట్రుమెంట్ యూజ్డ్ అలాంగ్ ఇట్స్ స్లిప్ గేజెస్ for the measurement of along the sign bar is used. Sign bar consists of steel bar of two rollers. Okay, now two rollers will be there. The sign bar is made up of a high carbon and also the corrosion resistant steel. Okay, now precision ground and also the stabilized materials. The rollers with equal diameters are attached to the bar. Okay, the areas of these rollers are parallel to each other and also to the upper surface of the bar, and also the normal distance between the rollers is exactly 200 mm and also 100 mm or 300 mm. When the rollers are brought in contact with the flat surface, the top of the bar is parallel to the surface. See, principle of the bar, how we will take out if we should find out the inclination of the process. Okay, inclination of the process means we will calculate as the sign bar operation is used based on the trigonometry part. Okay, the set given angle one roller of the bar is placed on the surface plate and the combination of the slip gauges is inserted under the second roller. Okay, we will take it as sin theta is equal to h by l or theta is equal to sin inverse of h by l. H means the height of the combination of the slip gauges. L means the length, distance between the center of the two rollers. Distance between center of the two rollers means d2 rollers. Okay na, inclination ని ఫైండ్ అవుట్ చేసినప్పుడు అంటే ఒక మెటీరియల్ అనేది క్రాస్ గా అప్లై చేసినప్పుడు అంటే ఇంక్లినేషన్ ఎక్కువగా ఉన్నప్పుడు మనం ఏం ఇన్స్ట్రుమెంట్ పెట్టి యూజ్ చేస్తామంటే ద సైన్ బార్ అనేది యూజ్ చేయడం జరుగుతుంది. ఓకేనా, ద యాంగిల్ టు బి మెజర్డ్ ఇస్ టు బి డిటర్మైన్డ్ బై ఇండైరెక్ట్ మెథడ్ యాజ్ ఏ function of sine, hence the difference is called it as a sine bar. Okay, sine bar material will be applied. The uses of the sine bar for measuring taper angles. Okay, now taper angles means to set the given angle, the surface plate is assumed to be perfectly flat so that the surface are treated as horizontal. Okay, మీన్స్ ఏదైతే ఇంక్లినేషన్ గా మనం పెడుతున్నప్పుడు సైన్ బార్ అనేది యూజ్ చేస్తామో అది మనకి స్లిప్ గేజెస్ ద్వారా యూజ్ అవడం అంటే ఇన్సర్టెడ్ అవడం జరుగుతుంది. మీన్స్ ద లెట్ హెచ్ బి ద హైట్ ఆఫ్ ది స్లిప్ గేజ్ కాంబినేషన్ అండ్ ద సైజ్ ఆఫ్ ది సెట్ అండ్ యాంగిల్ as theta. Sin theta is equal to h by l, where l is equal to distance between the roller center of rollers. Theta is equal to angle at which the sine bar is to be set. Okay, thus knowing theta and h can be found out, any work could be set of this angle. And also the limitations of this angle is it is reliable and less than 15 degrees and becomes increasingly accurate. Okay, it is impractice to use sine bars for angles above 45 degrees. The size of part 5 which can be inspected by sine bar is limited. Okay, and also the physical clumsy to hold in position should be maintained in the sine bar of the applications. Okay, next we will take it as sin theta is equal to h2 minus h1 by l. If you checking or measuring unknown angles when the compound is smaller size. Compound is smaller size means if we taken as inclination angles, we will take it as dial indicators. Dial indicators అంటే మనం ఆల్రెడీ చెప్పుకున్నాము, ఏదైతే మనం రఫ్ సర్ఫేస్ ని ఫ్లాట్ సర్ఫేస్ ని మెజర్ చేసుకున్నామో దాన్ని మనం డైల్ ఇండికేటర్స్ అనుకుంటున్నాం. ఓకేనా, లైక్ దట్ at first the angle is measured using bevel protractor. The sine bar is set up that angle in such a way that one roller is placed on the surface plate and the combination of slip gauges is placed under the second roller. Okay, ఈ రోలర్స్ మీద మనం ప్లేస్ చేయడం జరుగుతుంది. ఈ రోలర్స్ ఏంటి అంటే కనుక మనం ఈ బేస్ మెటీరియల్ ఏదైతే ఉందో దానికి ఫిక్స్ అయిపోయి ఉంటుంది ఒక రోలర్. అనదర్ రోలర్ మాత్రం విత్ ద హెల్ప్ ఆఫ్ ది ఇంక్లినేషన్ అనేవి మనం రొటేట్ చేసుకోవడం జరుగుతుంది. ఓకేనా, అండ్ ఆల్సో ఇట్ ఈస్ ఇండికేటెడ్ బై ది డైల్ గేజ్ or tail indicators అనొచ్చు. Thus the slip gauges are adjusted so that the upper surface of component is duly small parallel to the surface plate. Okay, this is the combination of different materials of the different elements of the materials. Okay, like that we will take it as a checking or measuring unknown angles when the compared is larger size. ఓకే, లార్జ్ సైజ్ అంటే కనుక మనం ఇలా తీసుకుంటాం. ఇందాక ఓన్లీ మనం రోలర్స్ ఫిక్స్ చేస్తాం. ఇప్పుడేమవుతుంది, మనకి కాంపోనెంట్ అనేది ఇట్లా ఉంటే గనక, కాంపోనెంట్ అనేది ఇలా పెట్టుకుంటే గనక మనం సైన్ బార్ అనేది మనం త్రూ స్లిప్ గేజెస్ ద్వారా ఇలా మెన్షన్ చేసుకోవడం జరుగుతుంది. ఓకేనా, ఎప్పుడైతే కాంపోనెంట్ అనేది పెద్దదిగా ఉంటే. ఓకే, ద కాంపోనెంట్ ఇస్ ప్లేస్డ్ ఓవర్ ఏ సర్ఫేస్ ప్లేట్ అండ్ ద సైన్ బార్ ఇస్ సెట్ అప్ ఎట్ approximate angle of the component. So the size of the bar is set up approximate angle on the component so that its surface is nearly parallel to the surface plate. Okay, the dial gauge is moved along the top surface of the sine bar to note the variation in parallelism if h is height of the combination of the slip gauge and dh is variation in parallelism over distance of the l there. Okay, next then theta is equal to sin inverse of h plus or minus dh by l. dh by l. If we take as the component as like this with the large size, the sine bar will be implemented like this with the help of the slip gauges. Okay, and also dial indicators will be moved and where the materials will be hold on the surface. Okay, then if h is the height of the combination of slip gauge and dh is variation in parallelism over distance l, then theta is equal to sin inverse of h plus or minus dh by l. Okay, this is the slip gauges. Next one is spirit levels. Okay, spirit level ante enti? Spirit level, bubble level or simple level is an instrument designed to indicate whether a surface is horizontal or vertical. Okay, spirit levels are made from a variety of materials including aluminum, plastic, wood, cast iron and composite materials. Okay, the principle and the measurement of a spirit levels are spirit level comprises a seized glass bottle which is measured on the base. The sensitivity spirit level consists of a గ్లాస్ బీమ్స్. ఓకే, దిస్ ఇస్ మీన్స్ ఆఫ్ ది స్పిరిట్ లెవెల్స్. స్పిరిట్ లెవెల్స్ అంటే ఏంటి అంటే కనుక డిఫరెంట్ టైప్స్ ఆఫ్ ఇన్స్ట్రుమెంట్స్ ని మెజర్ చేసుకోవడానికి స్పిరిట్ లెవెల్స్ అనేవి యూజ్ చేయడం జరుగుతుంది. ఓకే, ద గ్లాస్ ట్యూబ్ ఇస్ ఫిటెడ్ టు ఏ మెటల్ బ్లాక్ విచ్ ఇస్ a manner that when the lower surface of block is horizontal. Okay na, the air bubble will center itself at the highest point of the tube, that is called center. In order to that movement of the air bubble will center at the highest point. The highest point of the tube that is in its center, in order the movement of the air bubble is proportional to the angle of lilt. It is necessary that the radius of the curvature of the glass tube is made constant over its whole length. The interval cross section of the tube should be uniform. Figure explain and positions of the base of the level, that is OE and OB, corresponding positions of the bubble C and D respectively. ఓకే, ఇది మనకు మెటీరియల్ అనేది వస్తుంది. ఎప్పుడైతే మీరు డైలీ ఇండికేటర్స్ లాగా స్క్రూస్ కూడా యూజ్ చేసుకోవడం జరుగుతుందో దాన్ని బట్టి మనకి మెటీరియల్ అనేది ఫ్లాట్ ఆర్ రఫ్నెస్ ఆర్ ఎనీ హయ్యర్ పొజిషన్స్ ఆఫ్ ది మెటీరియల్స్ అనేవి తెలుస్తుంది. ఓకేనా, వేర్ theta is equal to a small angle through which the base is fitted, L distance traveled by bubble, H difference in heights, radius of curvature of the tube అనేది జరుగుతుంది. ఓకే, like that then L is equal to R theta, N is equal to L theta, theta is equal to H by L. This is the meant by spirit levels అనేది తీసుకుంటాము. ఓకే, నెక్స్ట్ టెలిస్కోపిక్ గేజ్. టెలిస్కోపిక్ గేజ్ అంటే ఏంటి? ద టెలిస్కోపిక్ గేజ్ ఇస్ యూజ్డ్ ఫర్, దీస్ ఆర్ ఆల్ మెజరింగ్ ఇన్స్ట్రుమెంట్స్. ఓకే, ఈస్ యూజ్డ్ ఫర్ మెజరింగ్ ఇంటర్నల్ డయామీటర్స్ ఆఫ్ హోల్స్, స్లాట్స్ ఆర్ గ్రూవ్స్ ఎక్సెట్రా. అంటే టెలిస్కోపిక్ గేజ్ అనేది లోపల, అంటే ఒక ఎలిమెంట్ లో లోపల జరిగిన ఇదేంటి హోల్స్ కానీ గ్రూవ్స్ కానీ మెజర్ చేయడానికి మనం టెలిస్కోపిక్ గేజ్ అనేది యూజ్ చేయడం జరుగుతుంది. ఇట్ కన్సిస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ఎ హ్యాండిల్ విత్ 2 rods in a tube at one end and a working screw at the other end. The rods having spherical contacts can slide within a tube and a force stamp of an internal spring. The locking screw can lock the rods at any desired position through a spring. While taking measurements, the rods are measured closer and increased into the hole to be measured. The rods can open out to touch the metal surfaces of the hole of the both sides. Next, Taylor's principle. Taylor's principle. This is the important topic. Taylor's principle. Taylor's principle is nothing but according to the Taylor, go and no go gauges should be designed in the minimum and maximum metal limit. రెండు gauges ఉంటాయి, go and no go gauges. Okay, go limit the designated is applied to that limit of size which corresponds to the material maximum material limit consideration, that is upper limit of shaft of lower limit of holes. Okay, go gauge can check and future component in one pass. No go limit, the designation is be applied to that in limits of size which corresponds to the material condition. The lower limit of shaft and the upper limit of hole, no go gauge could check the only one part of the feature of the component at a time, so that the specific detected separate no go gauge is required to each different individual dimensions. If you see for hole and shaft, okay, for hole and shaft, for a shaft the fully material will be closed and also the hole will be measured with the help of the tolerance gauge at no gauge and no gauge and no go gauge and go gauge limit will be measured. ఓకే, ఇవేంటి అంటే గో గేజ్ నో గేజ్ మనకి షాఫ్ట్ టాలరెన్సెస్ లో మధ్య ఉండే డిస్టాన్సెస్ అండ్ ఆల్సో ద స్పెసిఫిక్ షేప్ కానీ అండ్ ఆల్సో ది స్పెసిఫిక్ రెస్పాన్సెస్ కానీ ఫైండ్ అవుట్ చేయడానికి గో అండ్ నో గో గేజెస్ అనేవి యూజ్ చేయడం జరుగుతుంది. ఓకేనా, సేమ్ ఇది టాలరెన్స్ గ్రేడ్ నాకు ఆల్సో ది మ్యాక్సిమం లిమిట్ మినిమం లిమిట్ బట్టి మనం ఇది తీసుకోవడం జరుగుతుంది. ఓకే, okay, like that of for gauges are also the scaleless inspections or tools at a rigid design which are used in checking dimensions of the manufactured parts. They also check the arm and relative positions of a surface of a parts. They do not alternate the actual size of dimensions of part. They are only used to determine whether the inspected part has been within the specific limit. Okay, this is the telescopic gauge which is used in the materials. And also go gauges with the help of the solid gauges and also the different types of gauges will be measured. Solid gauges, the gauges of cylindrical holes and internal screw threads are in the form of cylindrical, plain and screwed. With a convenient handle, the gauging portion of the gauge may be either integral with the handle of the whole gauge which can be measured at the piece of the metal. In this vernier caliper, we will find out it is used for both external and internal measurements of the vernier calipers. If you taken as these two vernier scales, okay, this is an right hand and also this is an left hand scales, right hand and left hands with respect to the jaws. ఓకే, జాస్ మీన్స్ ఏంటి? ఫర్ మెషరింగ్ ది ఇన్నర్ డైమెన్షన్స్ని మెషర్ చేసుకోవడానికి జాస్ అనేది యూజ్ చేస్తూ ఉంటుంది. ఇదేమో ఇది అవుటర్ డయామీటర్ అంటే అవుటర్ డైమెన్షన్స్ని మెషర్ చేసుకోవడానికి ఈ జాస్ అనేది యూజ్ చేస్తాం. ఇది మనకి మెయిన్ స్కేల్ రీడింగ్. ఈ మెయిన్ స్కేల్ రీడింగ్లో మనకి ఏం చేస్తున్నాము, డిఫరెంట్ టైప్స్ ఆఫ్ రీడింగ్స్ అనేవి మీరు ఇక్కడ చూడొచ్చు. అంటే స్మాల్ స్కేల్ డివిజన్ అండ్ ఆల్సో ది లార్జ్ స్కేల్ డివిజన్స్ చూడొచ్చు. ఈ స్మాల్ స్కేల్ లార్జ్ స్కేల్ డివిజన్స్ లో మనం ఏం చేస్తాము, ఎప్పుడైతే మనము ఎక్స్టర్నల్ అండ్ ఇంటర్నల్ మెజర్మెంట్స్ తీసుకుంటున్నామో మన మెజర్మెంట్స్ అనేది జీరోత్ స్కేల్ అంటే జీరోత్ డైమెన్షన్ గా తీసుకొని దాన్ని బట్టి మనం మెషర్ చేసుకోవడం జరుగుతుంది. ఓకేనా, లైక్ దట్ ఏం తీసుకుంటాము, లీస్ట్ కౌంట్ ఆఫ్ వెర్నియర్ ఇన్స్ట్రుమెంట్స్ బట్టి ఇదిగోండి ఇది వెర్నియర్ స్కేల్. ఈ వెర్నియర్ స్కేల్ బట్టి ఎప్పుడైతే 0 ఈక్వల్ అవుతుందో దాన్ని మనం మామూలుగా వెర్నియర్ స్కేల్ చేస్తాం. ఎప్పుడైతే మనకి రైట్ హ్యాండ్ సైడ్ ఈక్వల్ అవుతుందో దాన్ని మనము జీరో స్కేల్ డివిజన్స్ అంటాం. అంటే అది రైట్ హ్యాండ్ స్కేల్ అన్న అవ్వచ్చు, లెఫ్ట్ హ్యాండ్ స్కేల్ అన్న అవ్వచ్చు. ఇట్ మీన్స్ దట్ వీ విల్ టేక్ ఇట్ as least counts of vernier instruments where the value of smallest divisions on main scale and also the smallest divisions on the vernier scale రెండింటిని క్యాలిక్యులేట్ చేసుకుంటూ మనం లీస్ట్ కౌంట్ అనేది తీసుకుంటాము. సపోజ్ ఇక్కడ ఏం తీసుకుంటున్నాను, 1 - 49/50. 49/50 అంటే ఏంటి, మెయిన్ స్కేల్ రీడింగ్ యాక్చువల్ స్కేల్ డివిజన్ ఎంత ఉందో దాన్ని బట్టి మనం క్యాలిక్యులేట్ చేసుకొని లీస్ట్ కౌంట్ అనేది తీసుకోవడం జరుగుతుంది. ఓకేనా, అదే మనము స్మాలెస్ట్ డివిజన్స్ ఆఫ్ మెయిన్ స్కేల్ రీడింగ్స్ అండ్ ఆల్సో ది వెర్నియర్ స్కేల్ రీడింగ్స్ ద్వారా తీసుకోవడం జరుగుతుంది. ఓకే, లైక్ దట్ వీ విల్ ఫైండ్ అవుట్ ది లీస్ట్ కౌంట్ ఆఫ్ వెర్నియర్ ఇన్స్ట్రుమెంట్స్ అండ్ ఆల్సో ది వీ విల్ క్యాలిక్యులేట్ ది వెర్నియర్ క్యాలిపర్స్ అనేవి తీసుకోవడం జరుగుతుంది. దిస్ ఈస్ ద వెర్నియర్ క్యాలిపర్ అండ్ ఆల్సో ది వర్కింగ్ ప్రిన్సిపల్స్ ఆఫ్ వెర్నియర్ క్యాలిపర్స్. ఓకేనా, వర్కింగ్ ప్రిన్సిపల్స్ ఆఫ్ వెర్నియర్ క్యాలిపర్స్ అంటే ఏంటి, ద జాస్, 2 జాస్ ఉంటాయి. ఓకేనా, వన్ ఈస్ టు క్లోజ్ టు ది వర్క్ సర్ఫేస్ అండ్ రీడింగ్స్ అండ్ ఆల్సో ది అనదర్ వన్ ఈస్ వెర్నియర్ స్కేల్ టు బి టేకెన్. ఓకే, ద వెర్నియర్ స్కేల్ ఈస్ దన్ ఎగ్జామిన్ టు డిటర్మైన్ ఆఫ్ విచ్ ద డివిజన్ కోయిన్సైడ్ అండ్ ఆల్సో ది మెయిన్ స్కేల్ రీడింగ్. ఇక్కడ మనకి 0 ఎర్రర్ అని చెప్పుకున్నాము. అంటే ఏదైతే స్టార్టింగ్ లైన్ ఉంటుందో దాన్ని మనం 0 ఎర్రర్ కింద కలుపుకుంటాం. మీన్స్ ద 0 ఎర్రర్ షుడ్ బి చెక్డ్ ఆర్ 0 లైన్ కెన్ బి కోయిన్సైడ్ విత్ ది డిఫరెంట్ టైప్స్ ఆఫ్ సిస్టమ్స్ అనేది తీసుకుంటాం. ఓకేనా, దిస్ ఇస్ కాల్డ్ ఇట్ as వెర్నియర్. గుడ్ మార్నింగ్ స్టూడెంట్స్, లెట్ వి డిస్కస్ the unit 2. Let me start the unit 2. Unit 2 is linear measurement. In the last class in the unit 1 we discussed about limits, fits and tolerances. In unit 2 we will discuss about the linear measurements. Okay, in the last class we have discussed about limits, fits and tolerances. Means we solve different types of problems and also we discussed about how the fits and also limit, sizes and tolerances will be act in the shaft and the hole. Okay, in the second unit 2 we will discuss about the linear measurements. First, what is meant by measurement? Measurement అంటే మనకు ఆల్రెడీ తెలుసు. మెజర్మెంట్ అంటే ఏంటి, ఏదైనా ఒక ప్రోడక్ట్ తీసుకున్నప్పుడు అది ఎంత సైజ్ ఉన్ననే దాన్ని బట్టి మనం మెజర్ చేస్తాం. ఓకేనా, in measurement also there are different types like optical measurements, linear measurements, angular measurements. Okay, this is one of the type of for measurement. It is called it as linear measurement anna. Okay na, linear measurement is nothing but it applies to the measurements of length, diameters, height and thickness of internal and external measurements. Okay, and internal and external measures. Okay, it will measured of lens diameters, height and thickness. It includes with internal and external measures. Internal and external measures అంటే ఏంటి, మనము ఏదైనా హోల్స్ లేకపోతే థిక్నెస్, డయామీటర్, ఇంటర్నల్ హోల్స్ ఫైండ్ అవుట్ చేయడానికి మనం లీనియర్ మెజర్మెంట్స్ అనేది యూజ్ చేయడం జరుగుతుంది. ఓకేనా. The measurements for the instruments for linear measurements are classified as direct measuring instruments and indirect measuring instruments. First, direct measuring instruments and indirect measuring instruments. Direct measuring instruments అంటే ఏంటి? డైరెక్ట్ ఇన్స్ట్రుమెంట్స్ అంటే మనం ఏం తీసుకుంటున్నాము అని అంటే కనుక స్టీల్ రూల్, వెర్నియర్ క్యాలిపర్, వెర్నియర్ హైట్ గేజెస్, మైక్రోమీటర్స్ అండ్ డెప్త్ ఇండికేటర్స్. డైరెక్ట్ అంటే ఏంటి అసలు యాక్చువల్గా? డైరెక్ట్ అంటే సపోజ్ యూఆర్ టేకింగ్ ఎ స్కేల్ తీసుకున్నాను. స్కేల్లో మనకి జనరల్గా ఏముంటాయి, మనకి ఈజీగా మెజర్ చేసుకోవచ్చు. అంటే విత్ డిపెండింగ్ అపాన్ ది మెయిల్ స్కేల్ రీడింగ్స్ ద్వారా మనం ఈజీగా మెజర్ చేయొచ్చు. దాన్ని మనం ఏమంటున్నాము అంటే గ్రాడ్యుయేట్ దాన్ని మనం గ్రాడ్యుయేట్ సైజెస్ అంటున్నాం.